How's your belly fat?
Mine's good. How's yours?
Mine's,
Well, that put me on the spot.
today, we are going to talk about how to lose belly fat forever. But you'll look better
And probably feel better.
and feel a lot better in the short term.
Right.
Right.
If all the crap from your diet.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Someone had to say it.
If you will do these things, you can deal with belly fat once and for all and forever.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So, number one, what do we need to deal with? Nutrition. Okay? Now, we talked about cutting out the processed foods and those kind of things, but in general, you need to have some kind of nutrition plan that focuses on quality whole foods as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With
What you eat really does matter.
yeah, and you know, you'll hear us kind of shout this out several times on different episodes, but you cannot out-train
a bad diet.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not just going to the gym and doing a bunch of cardio.
No.
I mean, you can do that, but if you eat, you know, not the proper nutrition plan, it's not going to help.
No.
Here's the thing. If you do an hour of cardio, you're going to burn somewhere in the neighborhood of somewhere between 400 and 600, 600 calories, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay? If you go to McDonald's after that and get a medium French fries, you've wiped out that whole.
Yeah, and
it's
you probably
gone.
added.
And in addition to adding all the sodium, but those fries have taken care of your cardio.
That was your cardio.
Right?
And then some.
So, what's the idea? The idea is we want to operate on a slight calorie deficit. Okay? Extreme dieting, where you see, you know, I remember these shows that used to be on where they had these people on just extremely calorie deficient diets to get these ridiculous weight loss numbers over the course of a week or weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's grossly unhealthy. The point is we don't want to do this and make ourselves worse.
No, exactly.
Right?
And often, as soon as you come off those 7 days and you actually eat real food, you're just going to rebound totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we figure out what is our base calorie intake? I think we did something on that. You can check through the videos and talk about it. But I'll tell you how I got my base calorie intake is I went and got a DEXA scan done. And when they did the DEXA scan, and we're going to put it on one of our future episodes, I'm going to have a follow-up DEXA scan done. So we'll put them both together. So you'll see the first one and the second one. And I think Ruth also did calipers. So we'll get her numbers, and just to give you some perspective. But when I had my DEXA scan done, one of the things they give me is this is your absolute exact number for calorie maintenance to maintain the muscle and the muscle that you have right now. Okay. So when we talk about calorie deficient, it's not some huge number that you need to knock off. It's about a 10 to 20% reduction in calories.
Yeah.
Because we're looking for gradual turnaround here. And here's the thing to remember: you didn't get that way overnight.
No.
There might have been several overnights of pizza and whatever, nachos and beer and who knows what else. But you're going to need to take it back one step at a time and have it where you understand there's time involved, but it's all progress.
Yeah. So you want to be consistent and slow and steady, and that'll keep it off permanently.
Number 2, hydration.
Water.
Yeah. You know, our bodies are 70% water.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've talked extensively about hydration also, but the whole area of how much water is important for our metabolism to keep firing and firing optimally, right? And we're talking about 8 to 12 glasses of water that's the baseline. Okay. So that one's an easy one, but it's surprising how easy it is to forget.
Yep, it is.
So,
yeah.
All right. Number 3. Here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Throw it on me.
Okay. Resistance training.
Really?
And resistance training and cardio. So again, we've talked a lot about this, so we're not going to go into a whole lot of detail in this episode on it because we want to get through a couple of other things. But when it comes to the importance of resistance training, I don't think it can be overemphasized, because from the time we turn 30, every decade, we lose 3 to 5% muscle mass unless we do something about it. Why is that important? Well, because muscle is metabolically active, so it burns calories at rest. And if you lose muscle, if I keep losing muscle, my metabolism is essentially slowing down, which is my body's ability to burn calories at rest.
Right.
Okay? So when you do resistance exercise, your body responds, not at the gym, your body responds when you eat and sleep by adding muscle, growing muscle, all that kind of thing.
Yep.
Is cardio important? Absolutely. There's the base of just for good heart health and things like that. We spent quite a bit of time. I remember when we talked about the VO2 max training and the steady state cardio and all of those
Different
things.
types of cardio,
so you can go back and look at that one with the different types of cardio that we talked about. But suffice to say, you need to have some kind of resistance training at least 2 to 3 times a week. And cardio, 30 minutes should be at least 5 days a week. You should be getting some air. Deal with stress.
Oh, yeah.
So stress is huge, especially in the modern culture, right?
We live in a world that's very stressful, and it's learning to, let things roll off your shoulders and not get into that heightened state of stress, because there is a hormone attached to that called cortisol.
Cortisol. So let's talk about cortisol. And here's the thing. Cortisol is in and of itself not bad, okay? When you have a cortisol rush, there's one of 2 things that you're going to do, fight or flight.
That's right.
Okay? And then you should have fled or fought your way away to a place where the cortisol can come down.
Right. And so it serves a purpose. However, in our world, we often, through our daily stress, will elevate that cortisol. We don't do the fight or flight because we're actually...
And we
stay there
right,
longer.
and we stay constantly agitated.
Constantly there.
Constantly with high cortisol levels. And what happens then is elevated cortisol is also linked to body fat.
That's right.
And especially visceral fat in the midsection.
Yeah.
Which, again, we identified as that's the worst kind of fat that you can, put on around your organs and stuff like that. So stress management. Say that 3 times fast. Right? Is vital. So So what can we do?
Well, one of the things I do personally, a yoga class, meditation, quiet the mind, learn to control the mind. So it's not to say that I can remove myself from a world of stress, because that's really unrealistic. But it's learning to, how do I cope with stress?
Yeah.
And so go for a walk. Remove yourself from what's causing that stress, and just breathe.
Yeah.
Just learn to just
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so let's put that together with a couple of things. There's mindfulness. I was going to say mindlessness, but there's mindfulness exercises you can do that just helps you control your thoughts, helps you calm down, helps you just bring it down. Just chill. Just let me get myself sorted out here. Whatever that looks like. But there are different apps that you can use for mind. I keep wanting to say mindlessness. Mindfulness.
See, that's because you ate and you have a full belly and now you can't think right.
Right. No, my brain is firing. So mindfulness work. You can do some things specifically to help you control your mind, get your thoughts under control, and just some exercises there. The other thing that goes with that, and Ruth was mentioning, is breathing. So doing some actual breath work. I have a great app that I use to help me work on breathing. I don't get it's on me, but I don't do it every day, but I do it every few days kind of thing. And it's just to get into the habit and the practice of, it's a 4 second in, 4 second out, and just same thing. It's about relax and getting your mind to calm down and that whole work. So the breath work, the mindfulness work, and take advantage of the options that are out there for the different apps.
Well, I was going to say, because a lot of times if we try to do it on our own and we're not doing well on our own, go onto the apps, and there are guided sessions that you can do, and I'll often walk the dog and I'll put one on, and it's quite relaxing. So yeah.
So the other one, and Ruth said this as well, is go for a walk outside.
Outside
walk. And we talked about nose breathing. The importance of it in terms of how it, here's an interesting one that they find that nose breathing actually increases your nitric oxide levels. So I did not know that when I was first, I probably had known that, but when I was looking into it. So take some time and get out and just relax and go for the walk, whatever that might be.
So don't expect that if you stay in the environment that's causing you stress, that it's just going to go away. So you actually may need to remove yourself from that situation and ground and relax and calm down. And you'll find that when you come back to that, whatever it was, you have such a different perspective of it that maybe it's not going to get you to that that heightened alert state.
Sure. And I was just going to say, and remember, we're talking about going away temporarily.
not just like
not just running
going AWOL and
going
gone
out the door and gone.
Yeah,
so it's a temporary way as far as dealing with stress and managing this. So, but the importance of sleep, I don't think, like we said, cannot be overrated. Let me read some things. I'm just going to list them right off. Results of sleep deprivation and of consistent. It's not what you do once; it's what you do consistently.
Right.
So, sleep deprivation is linked to muscle loss. We talked about that. Linked to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack and stroke, degradation and weakness of the immune system, and higher pain sensitivity. Yeah. So, so you could go like this. So, Ruth got a good night's sleep because she wasn't like,
she didn't say ow. I wouldn't say ow anyway. Yeah. I wouldn't give it to him.
Get a good night's sleep. And you can go back on those sleep episodes. We break down sleep hygiene, setting up the room, the color, the light, all those things.
Because I think the biggest culprit is our devices, whether it be a television, an iPad, a phone.
Yeah.
Turn them off. Keep them off. They have their purpose, but when you're trying to sleep, that's not the time and place.
Not so much. Okay. And last but not least, when you put all of this together, you need to make sure whatever you come up with is sustainable. So realistic and sustainable. So don't, say I'm going to go to the gym 6 days a week if that's not realistic for you.
If that's not your pattern or your level of commitment, then why would you set yourself up for failure?
Right. So start with something. Start somewhere, something that you can grow on. Start with, okay, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to go to bed by a certain time. I'm going to not go down the middle sections of the grocery store. Or I'm going to remove the sugar from the house. I'm going to remove or add these things into the fridge and the pantry and all these kind of things. So, but make it sustainable. And if you have a family, you need to have your family engaged in the process. Yeah. Right. It can't be, well, I'm going to do this and my family's going to still continue to do all this other stuff. And how do you do that? Well, you need to get the buy-in from them. Yeah. Right. It's not about you come in and you're like, now this is the way it's going to be. This is the way it's going to be, when it hasn't been that way. Kind of like talk about it, ease into it. Yeah. Why don't we try one new thing every week? Doesn't have to be like everything all at once. Depends how fast you want to lose the belly fat. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Is the way to do it. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. But remember, the first week you can get some immediate results by just reducing the bloating. You can. Right. And I think one of the things people need to realize that when you're making a lifestyle change, that I say slow and steady. I'm going to poke him back. I just wanted to see if I get a reaction. Slow and steady is permanent. And so the people who just want it, like snap your fingers, I want it, and then they don't get it, and then they go back. Why would you do that to yourself? Don't put yourself in the yo-yo health and diet situation. Make it all manageable, practical, doable, and that you're committed to doing it with you and your family or whoever's going to help you through the process. We talked about the importance of teamwork before. You can find that in earlier videos also. So, but let's grab a hold of that and let's do that. Let's just say I'm done with belly fat. Yeah. Right? So that we're all living healthier and aging, as we said, more gracefully. Yes. So thank you for watching today. Please take a minute, subscribe to the channel, and like the video. It helps us out. And that's a wrap. That's it. See, and I'm going to Ow.
Yes.
See y'all.
Bye.